Hi.
Hi.
So, real quick, I wanted to do kind of a fun experiment. Let's get the camera focus here. I want to do a fun experiment. I wanted to see how easy it was for my 12 and a half year old daughter,
Almost 13.
almost 13. I'm Andy, and what's your name?
Kira, and
Yep.
this is Dumpster Fire.
Thank you, Dumpster Fire. To see if she could install with a little bit of guidance one of my blog posts. I think it's just kind of highlights the fact that our Rancher stack is pretty damn easy. So real quick, before we get started, I just kind of want to highlight what's going on. It's focusing on you, silly camera. I've got Harvester running. It's running actually in my closet. It's a 1U. It's a big host. It's got 40 cores, a bunch of threads, right? What we're going to do is I'm going to have Kira actually walk through all of this. Let's see how this goes. This could be either good or bad.
Yeah.
We'll find out. Okay, Kira, in this window over here, go ahead and click on Create. So we're going to click Create in the upper right. Yep, go ahead. And what I want you to do is see where it says multiple instances. Click on that. Give it a prefix. You can call it Kira. You can call it whatever you want. You got the keyboard. You are driving. Focus the camera on you. There we go. Better than me. No, it's got to be one word, all lowercase. Come on. Just one word, all lowercase. Make it simple. Perfect. Now, change the count to 3. And then see where it says use template. Check that. And click the drop down and go Rocky 9. So this is a Rocky 9 template I've got set up. It's going to do 6 cores, 10 gigs of memory. Just go ahead and hit create. So this will take a minute to come up. Okay. While this is coming up with Kira 1, 2, and 3, we'll get the IP addresses in a minute. Let's flip over to that window, right? Yep, that's where the blog is. And scroll down. So I did a previous video on this right here. You can watch it. It's fun. Where I kind of walk through this, but I think Kira's going to do a better job, honestly. Okay, let's scroll down some more. Our VMs are still creating.
I don't like this mouse.
Well, it's my mouse, so wah. Prerequisites, right? I'm using, in the first video I did DigitalOcean, here I'm using Harvester as a local VM provider. All good here. We're going to have 3 nodes. In our case, Kira 01, 02, 03. We'll have a bunch of IPs. I'm using a slightly bigger, and I'm using Rocky instead of Ubuntu. That's just I like it, especially with the news that came out recently about Red Hat and CentOS and all that. Okay, scroll down. So what we're gonna do now is see where it says Rocky. First thing we got to do, that's going to be our first step when we connect to the servers, but we still have to connect to the servers. So over here on the left, go ahead and that little drop box, hit copy and go back to this terminal window and then type SSH space root, ROOT, at.
Wait, which at?
Yeah, shift number 2. And then paste. So that's Command V.
Yeah, I know.
No, Command.
Sorry.
Command. Perfect. Now hit enter. Return, yeah. There you go.
Sorry.
Cool. There's our first server.
Cool.
Now click on the second. Oh, we've got these out of order. Let me rearrange them real quick. Boo, 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 boo. Okay, now we can do the same thing again, but this time we're going to SSH. So SSH space root at shift 2. There you go. And then, hold on, we got to copy that one, number 49. Yep, and then go back here, and then hit Command V. Perfect, and hit enter. Return. Cool. Now let's go to the third tab and do the same thing for the third one. So it should be pretty. Yep, copy. And then type SSH space root at. Oh, you've got the T on root. Enter. Cool, perfect. Now we're on all 3. Go back to the first server. And then go back to the instructions. And then go ahead and... So the nice thing is when you mouse over it, there's that little box in the upper right. Yep, you can click that and copy it. And that looks good. So go ahead and do it on that one.
So I do the same thing?
Yep, you're just going to hit Command V. All you do is Command V.
Oh.
Nope, Command V. And hit enter. Do the same thing on tab number 2 and tab number 3 as well. So do the...
Okay.
You don't even have to click into it. Usually I'll do it. Boop. And hit enter. And then go to the third tab. And Command V.
Command Z.
and hit enter. Cool. Now go back to the first tab. So we're just yeah, it's 3 tabs, it's 3 servers. It'll take a minute. Do you know what it's doing?
No.
It's installing a bunch of packages. It's installing software. It's installing software that makes it makes the node set up for us. So when we do our next piece, it just works, right? It's kind of like going to your locker at school and getting the right book for that class.
I don't use my locker.
You're lucky. Okay. While that's running, let's go back to the blog itself. So we did a yum update, and that's going to take a minute or two, but we can kind of talk about this a little bit and scroll down since it's in the process of running. Yep. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to do an online install. So again, the nice thing is a lot of this you can just copy and paste. So we'll be able to actually hit the box. While we're waiting for the packages to install, I should have done this ahead of time. Silly me. It's moving quickly. Good thing we've got a good internet connection here at the house. What we'll do is, so again, it's a curl install. And like I said, we're going to scroll down. We're going to change a few things. Let's let this run. This is pretty easy so far, right?
Sure.
Sure?
Sure.
Hey, you deployed virtual machines. You're updating packages. You're halfway to a CIS or an IT degree.
No.
No? Okay.
No.
Let's take a look real quick while this is loading. Let's take a look at Harvester, and I'll show you the template I've got set up. So I can go in Harvester. One nice thing about Harvester is it's hyper-converged. Here, I'll pull the camera since... There you go. One nice thing about Harvester is it can do VMs, it can do containers all in the same box or boxes, which is really nice. But I love the way it's got a templating function. And so here I've got a template that's 37 days old. What we can do is we can actually go look at it, view config. And I've got my SSH key. I've got automatically, it creates 100 gig volume. I put it on specific networks. I can do node scheduling. This is where I think it gets really fun. With this, basically it's cloud config, cloud init template, and it allows us to kind of pre-install packages, set up passwords. That's part of the reason why we were able to connect into root without a password, is I've got the SSH key already pre-installed. I set up another account just as a fallback. I even got name servers and stuff for the network setup. This is a really easy way to kind of customize and templatize the installation of all these things and really kind of, like I said, streamline going forward. Okay, so let's look at the virtual machines real quick. One of the things we can do is with the hosts and the dashboard, we can start to see load averages and stuff. So Harvester does have metrics built in. It's kind of nice to be able to say, okay, let's go to like Kira 1. Let's see what its metrics are. Yeah, VM metrics. So I can go ahead and say, okay, it's running at 10% CPU and 11% memory. So this is really kind of cool. Again, it's all built in, Prometheus underneath the hood, and away it goes. Okay, let's go back to our virtual machines. There's our list.
It's done.
Think it's done?
Yeah.
It's working on it. It's finishing up. It's doing probably the container SE Linux. Yeah, it's this microcode. It'll take a sec. Okay. Just wait a sec. Just be patient, right?
No.
No? Oh, to be 12. One of the things that we could have done is just not done the yum update. That would have saved us some time. As she's rolling her eyes.
I had a big lunch, so you're lucky I'm not. Oh, big.
Oh,
breakfast,
you had a big.
So you're lucky I'm not hungry right now.
Fantastic. Well, I know it's like almost 1 o'clock, but we'll be done in a minute. This is annoyingly slow.
20 minutes.
Doesn't mean 20.
You said 30 seconds, and it was like 7 minutes before.
Okay. Well, this will take. Yeah, I forgot it had yum update in it, so that's my bad. One of the things what we can do is kind of highlight here while we're waiting is this curl pipe bash. Obviously, that's not the most performant way to do it, but it is a valid way. We can look at the docs themselves. Let's pull that up. Oh, cool. That's done. What's interesting is there's a bunch of variables that you can add. So case in point here, I'm specifically pinning it to version 124, but you can absolutely pin it to a different version if you want or use latest. Okay, cool. Let's take a look. 1 done, 2 done, 3 done. Fantastic. Let's put the camera back on you. And Mr. Trash Dumpster, as you like to call him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Trashy.
Now, let's go ahead. Now we're going to do, so we've got 3 servers up and running. We've got them fully updated. We've got the packages installed we need. Now, now let's go ahead and install what our Kubernetes called RKE2. So go ahead and click that box. and click on the first node and go ahead and paste it. And hit return. Okay, this will take 4 hours. Kidding. This will take probably about 2 minutes. It's going to, so again, we're running a script from a website that basically is going to validate some packages. It's see how it's installing a few more.
Wow.
Yeah, but this is only 6 instead of 415, so it'll be much quicker. It's not that bad.
What do you do?
What do I do?
What do you do all day?
What do I do all day? Is I come up with content like this, and I help customers figure out how to deploy.
What do you do on your day off? You do the same thing.
Because it's fun. This isn't fun?
No.
And today's not my day off. Today's a Friday. Okay, so this is almost done. Let's go ahead and go to the next window. Go back to the dock and scroll down a little bit. We got to wait for that to become active. And this will take about another 30 seconds. Okay, so when it's done, see where we've got the symlink, all the things. We can go ahead and copy that box ahead of time if you want. And we're gonna run, so this will basically validate that everything's up and running. We're gonna just set up a configuration file and just talk to the software we just installed, and it'll say, hey, is it running or no, is it not?
Yes.
Pretty simple. Fingers crossed, it should work, right? When that's done, we need to get one kind of special file. It's called a token. Basically, think of it like a secret password.
Okay.
So when it's done, we'll get that secret password. And then what we're going to have to do on the other 2 nodes, we're going to have to go ahead and modify a file. And I'll walk you through it, okay? Let's go ahead and click. We've got the command copied. Now we're going to do the validation. So you can go ahead and Command V and paste it.
Wait.
And hit enter.
Don't we have to do this at all?
No, we don't. This part we don't. We'll do something similar. Okay, so see how it says Kira's not ready. Whoa, what does that mean? If we hit the up arrow and run that last command, we just gotta give it another few seconds and it'll become ready.
I am not ready.
Oh, you're totally ready. Basically, we're just waiting for Kubernetes to configure its database, make sure everything is acquiesced and good to go. And guess what? It's now ready. It's ready, yep. So here's what I want you to do. Go back to the dock, please. And click on this cat. Click on there. Yep. Is it not giving you the boxes? Let me see.
It doesn't work for me.
There you go. There's the boxes. Okay, now it's copied. Now go ahead and paste it. And what this is going to do, cat is a way to just type out a file. Okay. So we need to keep that. Meow. Remember that secret key I was telling you about? That's that secret key. That basically says, the server says, in order to talk to me, you need to know this key.
It's like Dylan.
It's like your big brother. How?
It's
like a secret password. It's like for a secret club, right? No. Oh, no. Okay. Let's go back to the docs. Okay, and let's scroll down. So here's what we've got, right? So we can't copy everything at once. What we need to do is go ahead and copy export rancher IP equals. You want me to? You need some help with the mouse? I'll let you do it. Yep, copy. Oh, not the whole thing. See, just to the right of equal. So you need equal in it. Oh, back to the left. Perfect. Now we can hit Command C for copy. Cool. Now come back to the terminal, click on tab 2 and hit Command V. Don't hit enter yet. We're going to type in 192, or you want to paste it. Okay, so you can click here and hit the copy. And then click back here. And then Command V. Okay, hit enter. Here's what we also need to do. We need to copy that whole line and paste it into window number 3. Nope, not paste. We got to copy. So highlight it again. You're doing great, by the way. Cool. Now go to tab 3 and paste it in. Just paste. Cool. Enter. Cool. Now let's go back to the
stressful.
It's not. Why? It's pretty easy. Okay. Then do export to the equal. We're gonna highlight that, just like we did with the first one. Export token equals. Yep. And Command C.
And C.
You can go to this window and hit Command V.
And V.
Whoop. We gotta do Command V. Cool. Now go to the first one and highlight that entire bar.
This.
Yeah, double click on it. Double click right where you are. Oh, we need the whole thing. So highlight the whole thing. Whoop, you're dragging and dropping. Need help with that? Nope, I got it. Here, let me see it real quick.
I messed it up.
No, it's just it's a long. There we go. So command.
There's like extra stuff at the bottom.
Yeah, that's a little tough if you're plus with the magic mouse. Cool. So we do our export, and there's our 2 exports. Okay. So now what we can do is see right here. I'm gonna copy it for you.
Okay.
But I want you to paste it.
What about?
So we're not doing a number 1. We don't need to touch number 1.
It's extra. Do I just?
Nope.
paste and
Nope.
delete?
Nope. You go to tab number 2 and tab number 3. So now we're on second server.
So now I do Control V.
Mm-hmm. See, you know what you're doing. Hit enter. Cool. And then go to the 3rd tab and do the same thing. Control V, Command V, return. Now we can go to the 1st tab. And what I want you to type is watch.
But the other stuff.
That's fine. Remember how we did the watch space KUBE BECTL space get space nodes or node. Enter. Whoop, node E. Enter. Cool. So this is watching as the other nodes come up. And then I'm just going to click on tab 2 to see where that's. Okay. Tab 3. So basically all we're doing is watch is a bash is built into the shell that basically says just keep running the command. And it runs the command kubectl get node every 2 seconds. Oh, Kira 3 just popped up. That's cool.
I can't imagine having 3 Kiras.
I can't either. 1 is stressful enough. Okay, so, but you got 1. So here's the cool part, right? So now that 3 is up and 2 is up and the command is done executing, we don't need this window anymore. We can close it. Okay. And number 2 is done. So now we can close that. So now we're back to our first one. Okay, perfect. And since we did this watch, notice Kira 3 is ready, Kira 2 is ready. So you just deployed a 3-node cluster.
Am I done?
No, you're not done. You got 2 more things to do.
Okay.
It's not too hard though.
Yeah.
I've made it very easy to copy and paste. Okay. Yeah. So we have the cluster up and running, and let me go ahead and type it for you. So kubectl get pod dash capital A. This shows all the pods running. So you can see that we've got, I know this doesn't mean much, but we've got ingress. That means so we can display an application. We've got Cloud Manager. We got the proxies, API, Core DNS. We got Canal running. We've got etcd.
They have ages?
Yes. So these are pods. These are little bits of software. And you can see how old they are in terms of how long they've been running.
The oldest is
7 minutes. So we've been only doing this 7 minutes. I know. Isn't that cool? Okay, so now we're going to install our GUI. It's not that bad. So we're going to use a tool called Helm, but this will actually install it. So go ahead, I'll let you take control again. So go ahead and click the box, that one right there, for the Helm install. And what this is going to do is this is going to, click it in and paste it. This is going to install our Helm tool. Yeah, go ahead. And it's going to add in a requirement called JetStack. So that's been added. Cool. Now we can go back to the doc and scroll down. So not only did it add the tool, but it added a repository that we can use. Okay. So these 2 right here. The first one, let me go ahead and copy it specifically. We're going to do the first command. Go ahead and create namespace. So we're going to use cert manager to create a cert. Go ahead and paste it in for me, please. And then because the reason being is this, go ahead and hit enter. The second command we're going to run, we're going to change slightly. See what it says docker.life? Actually, we can use that. We'll use that. That's fine. So I just copied it for you. And Cert Manager takes a second because it's waiting for those pods to come up. Remember those pods we were looking at? It's waiting for those to become active.
Okay.
So imagine making sure that when you get the book out of your locker, it's making sure that's the right book. You're like, okay, great.
Or my backpack.
Or your backpack. Imagine having your teacher, when you pull it out of your backpack, be like, is this the right social studies? And the teacher goes, yes, that's the right book. So that's kind of what we're waiting for, is that validation that that is the right book pod thing. Okay. Come on, cert manager. Actually, here's what we're going to do in the background. I'm going to make this easy. So I'm going to fake out my computer for the domain. So let me update the host file. Because what I want to do, now you've got all the IPs on my home network. Cool. 192.168.1.229, and I'm going to call this rancher.docker life. And what else are we going to put on there? Longhorn? We can do Longhorn.
No, Kira.
We don't have an app called Kira. Well, we're going to have to make one, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we can work on that. So
Make
those are...
another video of how to make an app.
That would be a fun one.
Yeah.
Like a really pretty app.
Yeah. Like an aesthetic app.
I'll make sure. That's taking a little bit longer than I'm expecting. Let me SSH into the node.
What's up?
What's up?
What's up with your computer?
Okay, I need to add one file. I need to run one thing.
Did I do anything wrong?
No, you did everything right.
Okay.
Okay, it's running.
I'm tired.
It just took a sec. Why are you waiting?
Go.
It's running.
Oh, wow.
Error? What's the error?
I did something wrong.
No, you did something right. I'm startup API check. I've never seen Cert Manager not play nice. This should be okay. I think that's okay. It's going to be a fun video regardless.
Because it's with me.
Absolutely. Here, we'll do some troubleshooting real quick. kubectl. So the cool part, remember there are little bits of software. I can go and get logs. And what I'm doing is certmanager.io. I wonder, does Cert Manager need a CRD? Oh, okay, let's dig a little bit.
What's up, computer? What's up?
What's up, compute sup?
What's up, computer? What's up?
Oh.
What's wrong?
Oh, I see what it is. I didn't install the CRDs. Okay, no problem. We can fix it real quick. I'm just going to run this command. And I will update the docs, too.
How am I supposed to...
What was that about?
It's a song. I need to do my word. The computer won't word. How am I supposed to learn?
Oh, I like that. Okay, we did that.
I did amazing.
So look at some updating. There's just that. Okay, there we go. Here it is. So I'm going to do right here is just update the Helm chart. I'm missing the install CRDs. This will be updated by the time you see this video. Okay, cool. So let's close this and get back to what we were doing. Okay, perfect. So it's up and running. We can do a kubectl, get pod-A, learn to spell. Cool, everything's up and running, completed. We're good to go. Okay, back on track. Okay, so now we're back with Rancher, and we'll do the bottom command. Okay, now you're driving again. Go ahead and set it to...
Is it copied?
Yep, you can paste it right into that window again. Command V. And return. So what we're doing now is we're actually deploying Rancher. So this is another piece of my company software.
Happy containering.
Yep. So what we can do is we can watch that. We can watch the pods come up.
It's happy.
Yep. And we'll do...
It's 11 minutes old. Wow, they're old.
They are old, aren't they? So I'm doing that. Remember that watch command every 2 seconds?
Sorry, I'm in 12. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool, man. The O to be 12 again. So while that's coming up, we can do https rancher.docker.life. Cool. I like that. And since it's running, I'm going to wait till it goes fully running because Chrome has a really fun cache where Chrome will be like, no, I thought it was like this. And it'll keep, even though the server might have changed. It's like if your teacher says, oh, we're going to go to a different room, and everyone still keeps going to the first room. It's kind of silly, isn't it?
No.
No? Okay. Well, when this goes full running, we'll go ahead and open up this screen.
When kids walk into school late, because that happened.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So we're going to do the Rancher GUI and container creating. Yep. It's fully running. So let's go ahead and just refresh this. Let me go refresh that and then go and hit advanced. And I'm going to accept the cert because it's a self-signed cert. And Chrome is freaking out. Way to go, Chrome.
Sorry.
No worries. Rancher rfed.site. Oh no, not site. Wrong site. Why didn't you tell me that one? Docker.life.
.life.
Okay, advanced. Go into it. Cool. Now here's what you get to drive. So we have to type in the first initial password. So go ahead and you can copy bootstrap all the things. You should be able to double click that. Cool. And then hit Command C. And then go to the Chrome. Yep. And then right in there where it says password, do Command V. And hit login with local user. Cool. So what you got to do, accept some terms. So you can uncheck allow collection. So here, let me zoom in on that. Boop, boop, boop. So uncheck that and then check box I agree end user and hit continue. Cool. So you've deployed easy with the faces. You've deployed a 3-node cluster with Kubernetes. I'm gonna put it in light mode because I like light mode occasionally.
I love light mode. It's so
light. We did a 3-node cluster. We deployed Rancher, which is our GUI, which is pretty good. So this remember those pods we were looking at? We're gonna look at the local cluster. We can go to workloads, we can go to pods, and I can select all namespaces. Same kind of thing, right? It's a GUI now. I can see we've got our servers Kier 1 through 3. Pretty easy. These are all the applications we see running in the background. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and install Longhorn. Do you wanna do, which way do you wanna do it? Do you wanna do the easy button or you wanna copy and paste or you wanna click buttons?
easy. Oh,
Let's do copy and paste because that's what the guide says. Okay. So we're going to go back here. I'm going to...
As much as fun it would be to click buttons.
Well, we can do that in a minute. We can do both. I can show you both.
Nah, I just want to do
Okay.
copy and paste.
So here's what... Okay. So Longhorn, right, we've got that app catalog. But what we can do now is go ahead and see where it says charts. Click get charts. Yep. Go ahead and click that copy and then paste it in here. And this will go ahead and absolutely paste it. And this will go ahead. Yep. Hit enter. And now it's deploying. While this is deploying... See how I have in the blog? Fairly easy, right? We'll wait for that. No. Oh, come on. That's pretty easy.
Yeah.
Here's what we can do. Here, I want you to drive. Click on apps on the left. Okay, this is our catalog. Scroll down. Is that bothering you? Yeah. Scroll down. So we got a bunch of different apps. Let's go ahead and click on monitoring. This is a fun one. Go ahead and click and hit install in the upper right. So what we're doing is we're just using this app catalog we have. You just hit next. You don't have to worry about any of the values. It'll just work. Hit install. You don't have to worry about any of the values. What are you doing? Oh, it's not going to tilt.
I'm like this.
Oh, don't worry about it.
Can't.
Well, here. Okay, cool. So you see what it's doing? Remember that helm command we copied and pasted? That's literally what it's doing in the background for the catalog. Right? You clicked a few buttons and it's doing the rest for you, which is actually pretty cool. So this will take a minute to go ahead and run. You can go ahead and close this out. It'll run in the background and we'll come back to that. Bye. See how we have Longhorn on the side? Go ahead and click Longhorn. And you can click on Longhorn one more time. So we have Longhorn running.
Do we just...
Anywhere in there. Perfect. Longhorn actually creates like a hard drive to store. Think about extra backpacks. Creates a hard drive. Go ahead and click on node. It creates storage across all the nodes for applications. It's kind of cool, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go back to the guide and let's scroll down and see what else we have. See if there's anything else in the guide. I think that's basically it, right?
Yeah.
That's at a high level.
Almost...
Uh-oh. Yeah, scroll down. Success, kid. Now, what do you think? Was this easy or was it hard?
It was easy.
It's fairly easy. It does help that I wrote all this and kind of pointed around. Do you think if it's easy enough for you to do it, it's easy enough for governments or companies to do?
Especially people like quadruple, like double my age.
Double your age. So, okay, so if you're 24 or older, right?
No, like 3 times, 4 times.
3 times, 4 times? Okay. Remember that other thing
older than me.
Remember that other thing you deployed?
Yeah.
Grafana? So there's a little bug right now that's the default page comes up. But you've deployed all this monitoring and metrics too. It'll take a minute to start collecting across your terrain.
Girl from the middle of nowhere in Maryland.
The middle of nowhere. We're not in the middle of nowhere. So I think
East Coast deploy this.
Yep.
Wow.
So other than that little CRD bug, again, that'll be fixed by the time you see this. But I hope this helps, man, and I hope this helps kind of highlighting the fact that how easy this is to deploy, and even my gymnastic goofball 12-and-a-half-year-old daughter can do it. It's your turn.
Me.
Thanks.
What?
Wait, so should we say bye? How do we say bye? Wait, hold on. Bye.
1, 2, 3,
Bye.
bye.